Podcast World. What's up, family? You already know the name, man. Pays and Plays Podcast here. Going to be giving y'all week 8 of the NFL. Last week we did pretty well. What was it? What was it? Seahawks won, Chiefs +1 money line. Oh, that Jets and Chargers games, bro. Now y'all see why I don't take favorites. They're just bro, games like that. I should have known better, but we went 3-2 as far as the best ones. So we'll take that though. We'll take that. Still above, way above 50% as far as best bets. So it don't even matter to me. But let's get right into it though. Minnesota Vikings traveling to LA, take on the Rams. Rams are +3. I would say Rams to win in the cover. I mean, what is it? Sean McVay and Kevin O'Connell. So I actually, you know what? This game can go either or. I wouldn't even touch this game because if you're the Vikings, you're sitting there and trying to react on you losing that game against the Lions, where you probably arguably should have won that game, and the defense didn't play so well. And the Rams on the other side, they're starting to win. They're starting to pick up some momentum. I mean, you can see it with some of the wins, even though it was against the Raiders, but still, man, I still see the Rams possibly pulling out an upset. Listen, I learned when it comes to Thursday night football games and Monday night football games, those are two games that you see flags galore. So if a lot of flags go towards the Rams direction, don't be surprised why this game happens the way it does. Next game, we got the Arizona Cardinals at the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins 3.5 point favorites. I might take the Cardinals to win and cover if Tua is not playing, and it looked like he might not be playing. So yeah, Murray proved me wrong. He did look good against the Chargers, but I mean, yet again though, too, right? I mean, Chargers kind of shot themselves in the foot multiple times in that game. Miami, on the other hand, they just struggling with the quarterback issue still, man. We know that Tua is. I think he's eligible to come back, but is he going to come back? I don't think so. So if he's not coming back, I'm gonna take the better quarterback in this matchup, and I'm gonna be going with the Cardinals to win the cover. But the 3.5, though, I definitely do like that because if they lose by a field goal, you're still covered because of the point 5. Next game, we got the New York Jets at the New England Patriots. Patriots +7 point underdogs. Pats to cover, Jets to win. This Jets team, listen. I lost a lot of money with the Jets this year already. Not a lot of money, but you get the point. We lost a lot with the Jets. I don't know what's wrong with this team. Um, I think the thing is that and I just saw Julian Edelman say this on a herd. Tom Brady had people thinking like Aaron Rodgers can do what he did at Tampa. It's hard, bro. And then you bring in Devontae Adams, and then he's on the Pat McAfee show. And, Devontae Adams comes behind all, and then you only had 3 catches for 30 yards. But this is the same system that you guys are used to playing in. And the Patriots, what do they have to lose? Now they got Drake May. He's not a bad quarterback, but he's a rookie at this point. So you got to let him go through the growing pains with this type of team. And I mean, at this point, why not cast the Jets vulnerable? I mean, let's be real. Udrich, I like them as a linebacker for the 49ers, but as a head coach, interim head coach, I don't really know how this is panning out. The defense does all they can, but when your offense don't do anything, that's part of the game. Next game, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals 2.5 point favorites. Upset right here. You can make this the best bet for me. I got the Eagles to win in the cover. I think the simple game plan is real simple for the Eagles. You don't have to do all that aerial passing attack. You can attack this Bengals defense in the heart with the run game, man. I mean, that's like the biggest problem that the Bengals have had all this year has been stopping the run. And with Philly, what we saw what Saquon could do. I expect a lot of Saquon and Hurts, a lot of RPO options. If they run that, I don't see how they lose this game against the Bengals. They got the overall better talent than the Bengals. That's really what it is, bro. If you just think because of Joe Burrow, but how much can Joe Burrow really do? Next game, you got the Green Bay Packers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Duval. Jaguars plus 4.5 point underdogs. Give me the Packers to win and cover. Just the better overall team. That's just really what it is. It's getting juiced from what I'm seeing. It's been juiced to the Jag side. So if it flirts between 3, 2.5, if it flirts between that, I'm definitely taking 3 with the Packers. Like I said, just better overall team. You're there on the road, but do we really know this Jags defense? Not even just the defense. This Jags team a whole just needs to just go ahead and tank. Let's just get ready for the draft, bro. Let's get some offensive linemen and some defensive dogs because you're not going anywhere at this point, right? We know you're the bottom of the division, so it's not all Trevor Lawrence's fault. There was games I seen where it was that game against the Bears, bro. It's like multiple receivers dropped possibly 4 touchdowns. So I mean, it's not all his fault. I do think they need some offensive line help, and I do think that's really their main thing they need to focus on because this Packers D line is definitely gonna be coming for them. Next game, you got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Cleveland, the land, to take on the Browns. The Dogs plus 10.5 at the dog pound. I'm going with the Browns to cover, Ravens to win. Listen, we're talking about what Jameson, Jameis Winston's probably going to be the starting quarterback. I mean, it's a little bit more, I guess, juice, but bro, I don't ever understand this Browns organization with quarterbacks. Like, you look at teams like the Lions, where they were similar, right? Where quarterback issues has been a thing, but we can say with the Lions, they at least had 2 quarterbacks in the last 10 years that's been consistent and been on the team starting. The Browns is almost like the Raiders. Every other year, it seems to be a brand new quarterback, and there's no continuity. Kevin Stefanski, he's a good coach, yes, but I mean, what more can you really do at this point with the Browns and with the Ravens on the other side? I say Ravens win, but that I keep telling you guys that defense is just very alarming to me. I remember I didn't watch none of the game like that really towards the end, but I remember looking at the little ticker part when I'm watching the Chargers Cardinals game. You can see that I think at one point it was a 34-18 lead or a 34-10 lead. And then all of a sudden, bro, it's a 41-31 game. Yeah, that's definitely the Ravens defense, bro. I don't know what to expect in this game. I don't advise people to touch it. Shit, Derrick Henry didn't even get a touchdown last game, so I would probably say if he gets 2 touchdown scores, some goal line type stuff, I could see that happening. Next game, you got the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Houston, taking on the Texans. Texans 5.5 point favorites. Texas to win and cover. Not a lot of science behind it, bro. Uh, this Colts team is suspect. 15 points. So off what field goals? I don't really know what to expect. AR, I just wish they just stick to Flacco for the season, bro. This let AR get one more year in just sitting back. I don't really know about this guy, bro, right now. And the Texans, you have to kind of feed off after losing that close, heartbreaking game to the Packers. They did cover because it was 2.5. I do think they do bounce back. I at least see a 6.7 point win by the Texans. Next game, you got the Tennessee Titans at the Detroit Lions. Lions 10.5 point favorites. Too high of a number for me. Lions to win, Titans to cover. Just too many points. And it looked like Mason Rudolph is playing. And you know what? I will say this with them. If they start off strong like they did against the Bills, against the Lions, I do think the Lions could, I wouldn't say struggle, but I still see them winning. But I can see them kind of having to pick it up. The run game for the Lions is the key. And the reason why everyone's all on Jared Goff and I'm hearing MVP talks, we're going to cool down the MVP talks. I said it, I think, what was it? Against the Cowboys. You don't have to limit, he doesn't have to pass for 25, 35 times. I think 25 is actually perfect for him, knowing that they got a running game. He don't have to do too much, bro. I mean, and when he throws the ball, a lot of receivers get a lot of yak. So, I mean, that's just how it really goes with this team. This Titans defense is not bad. So they're a top 15 unit. It's just really, we just know the offense can't keep clicking. And it's crazy to say that when you have Calvin Ridley, you have, D Hop, who, yeah, he's not D Hop from the Texans days, but I mean, this guy is still putting up productive numbers. He can still play. You got Tony Pollard. I've been telling you guys about Tajay Spears. He's not a bad back, so I don't really know. This has got to be the quarterback. The offensive line isn't bad. Trust me, I watched some of these Titans games, so I can tell you up front, it won't be an easy game for the Lions, but I still think Lions pull through though. Next game, you got the New Orleans Saints traveling to LA, take on the Chargers. Chargers 7.5 point favorites. You want to say Chargers to win the cover, but not scoring 15 possessions of a touchdown, that's very concerning for Jim Harbaugh. We know they want to run the ball, and and I think Herbert did play a good game, but this offensive line, bro, man, man, like Herbert was running for his damn life, bro, against the Cardinals team. Yeah, you kind of have a little concern about it with the Saints, but I do feel like honestly with the Saints, I feel like they gave up on Dennis Allen. That last game kind of showed it all. I think they kind of gave up on him. And that's pretty much what I'm really hoping on at this point. Y'all already know I got a future on the Chargers to win 9 games this year. So I think they get this one as a bounce back win. Next game, you got the Denver. Oh, I almost said Denver Broncos. We will talk about them. After that, we'll talk about them right now. Why not? Denver Broncos playing against the Carolina Panthers is going to be in Denver. You got Broncos 8.5 point favorites. Broncos to win, Panthers to cover. I know the Panthers suck. Every time I say it, they got blew out by 37, bro. 33 points, wherever you want to call it. I'm not talking about that game no more. I only said it because I actually say Denver. But we'll talk about the Buffalo Bills. Yes, that's the next game. Buffalo Bills at the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks +3. Give me the Seahawks to win cover. This is a setup spot for the Seahawks to win. I mean, I'm going to say it right. East Coast team to the West Coast. You're going to be in that 12th man, and it is a Brady broadcast game too. I just want you guys to be aware when you guys watch some of these games. I don't listen. The Seahawks is tough. They got their two best players in that D line back, and I mentioned it. You stop the run. Look what they did against Atlanta. They stopped the run, even though Atlanta had some moments. We know what the Bills want to do. They want to run first now. Yeah, they got Amari Cooper. We know that. We get all of that. But they're going to be a run first team. They're going to have James Cook and them, possibly Josh Allen running right at them. This is when you have Murphy, when you have Leonard Williams. You got players like that can create some hectic within the A and the B gaps. Now, I do think they need a pass rusher eventually. I do think they're going to need that. But I mean, I think this is a game where Seattle, Geno Smith has been balling. And we know about the Metcalf injury. He's kind of like week to week types deal. But Jackson Smith Ajigba, correction on that. Very explosive. We know what Tyler Lockett could do. Noah Fant has been pretty good. Kenneth Walker giving us 2 touchdowns almost every game. I mean, this Bills defense, yes, they have been playing better because they got a coach in McDermott who can coach. So coaching is definitely a big part of why this team has been good on defense. But they're going to be tested. I mean, we'll just have to figure out how that works. Who's going to be pass rushing for them. It's just a lot of things to it. Their corners is, bro. They have undrafted corners, which I mean, it is impressive, bro. They're doing what they got to do, but I just feel like if Metcalf is in that game, which I'm hoping he's able to play this game, I don't see how they can do zone and all that. They'll have to play man to man. Zones a lot of we'll play in front of us and you find a way, but you can run the ball on this Bills defense. How many times have I said it? Maybe the Seahawks need to go back to the Ravens game with the Bills. That worked out pretty well, right? We know they got Kenneth Walker and they got Cabernet. So they got 2 running backs that can do, they can have a hell of a great game. Next game, we got the Chicago Bears, the Bears versus Washington. Washington is +2.5. Give me Washington to win and cover. Yeah, give me Washington to win and cover this game. This Bears team, it's no way this Bears team should be as good as it is. When you play a weak schedule, they honestly, to be honest with you, they probably should have had one against the Colts too, right? So I mean, and maybe the Texans. So they probably should have been undefeated. But I just Jaden Daniels has been on fire, bro, and Points is going to be scored, bro. We know about the defense for Washington. I know, but this is when you expecting Quinn to actually have a great game plan on Caleb Williams. I'm taking Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams at this point, and that's just pretty much how it goes for me. That's why I'm going on Washington. Next game, we got the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Vegas to take on the Raiders. Raiders plus 9.5 point underdogs. Raiders to cover, Chiefs to win. Chiefs don't cover these big type spreads. I've already said this, and then you have to kind of watch out on caution because they did just beat San Francisco, and I called it on the show. So, there you go. And those type of games, after you win big games like that, bro, it's always a possible letdown moment. These are division rivals too, so I expect it to be a closer game than 9.5. It opened up at 10.5 actually Sunday night. Next game, Sunday night football. I fucking hate this game, bro. We got the Cowboys against the 49ers. 49ers 4.5 point favorites. 49ers to win and cover. I don't really know. I mean, both of these teams don't show up a big game, so I have no clue. I'm just gonna say 49ers to win and cover because they always find a way to beat Dallas when they play in San Francisco. And lastly, another shit game. Monday Night Football. New York Giants at Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are 5.5 point favorites. Steelers to win and cover. Not a lot of science, bro. This is a game I would definitely not touch. I probably won't even watch this game. I'll be watching little highlight clips maybe later on that night because Russell Wilson had a good game, bro. But you know, this is the thing about Russell Wilson. I've always said, even when he was in Seattle, he'll have those first two, 3 games. He's looking like a goddamn MVP type player, and then eventually you'll see why he starts to decline, bro. I just think the Jets took it for granted. The Giants have a good D line. Now, I will say that. Is Kayvon Thibodeau playing? Who the hell really knows? But their secondary isn't good. And it looked like only thing Russ throws to is Pickens. That was the only player that I could keep seeing he was throwing to, throwing them little bubble screens to the tight end. So that probably will work against the Giants, bro. Honestly, let's be real. This is really not the best slate, but we're going to pick some teams still. So you guys, of course, like, subscribe, do whatever you guys please. Hit that like button though, because I'm seeing y'all watching this stuff. Hit the like button. We should at least get about 10 likes a video at this point. I'm seeing the count. So let's go ahead and show love to that, man. I'm giving y'all a free game. Why not show me some love back? All right. As always, guys, let's make this money out here and let's be safe.